Good morning, everyone. My name is David Stevenson. I'm very proud to be the CEO of the NBL. I'd firstly like to acknowledge the Cobham-Merri families of the Yugambeh language region and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. I'd also like to welcome along Minister Hinchliffe, who's been a fantastic supporter of the NBL and basketball in Queensland, Mayor Tate, who's been a phenomenal partner for us, particularly through this event. And also we've got some of Australia's basketball royalty here. So Aron Baynes, who's played over 500 NBA games. We know he's a proud Queenslander, so we're excited to have him here. We've also got Jason Cadee, who has been not only a stalwart of the Boomers, but played a couple of seasons of NBL here on the Gold Coast. And Sean Bruce, who's had a fantastic career, but also is a member of the Sydney Kings, who have won back-to-back championships, and I think they're looking pretty strong for this upcoming season as well. So today, I'm very pleased and excited to announce that the Hungry Jacks NBL Blitz is coming to the Gold Coast from September 16th to the 22nd. All 10 NBL clubs from around Australia and New Zealand will be playing 15 games over 7 days here at the Convention Centre. You'll be able to see Australia's best players, Boomers, and players who'll be playing in the NBA in the coming years, playing up close and personal in the community here on the Gold Coast. Our families are our biggest priority at the NBL, so we've scheduled these games to be in the holidays, school holidays, in Queensland and Victoria. And we've worked really hard in partnership with the Council and the State Government to make sure that we can keep ticket prices affordable. And ticket prices will start from only $10 for kids, $15 for adults, and families at $40. And the great news about those tickets is every one of those tickets will give you access to one of 7 double-header games, or a single standalone Melbourne United versus Sydney Kings blockbusters. So therefore, for $40, you can take along your family and experience 2 NBL games, see Australia's best players fighting it out on the court and creating some memorable moments for all of those families. Now, tickets will go on sale next Friday at tickettech.com.au, and I'd encourage you to get in early and make sure that you can secure your tickets, because demand for the Hungry Jacks NBL Blitz will be very high. Now, these events can't happen in isolation, so I'd like to personally thank the Gold Coast City Council for their fantastic support and Mayor Tate. It has been incredible work over the last 3 months to work together on this event, and we're well prepared for a fantastic event. I'd also like to thank the Queensland State Government, and in particular Minister Hinchliffe, who I know is such a basketball fan. I think it's telling me still playing after 40 years, and we see that passion in his drive to help the NBL and basketball in Queensland be successful. So we look forward to seeing you all 16th to the 22nd of September at the Convention Centre, 15 games over 7 days. Tickets very affordable for $10 for kids, starting from $15 and adults and $40 for families, seeing some of the best players across the globe and certainly in Australia at the Convention Centre. So we look forward to seeing you there. And with that, I'm going to pass over to Mayor Tate to make a few comments. Thank you.
Well, how wonderful it is to be part of the announcement of the Hungry Jacks NBL Blitz. You know, when it comes to basketball, you just got to go to a normal court and see whether it's 3-on-3 or whether we watch the Rollers play, Northern Gold Coast, Logans, Ipswich and the like. The fact of the matter is, we've got over 10,000 grassroots basketball players right here in Southeast Queensland. And those people and their family is going to come and watch their heroes play. They're going to get to see Aaron here doing the three-pointer, slam it down, all that sort of stuff. I'll be going there watching it because it's great fun. And in our time, we'll be able to go and mimic all those moves. It's a great opportunity for the Gold Coast as a city, we love our sport. We're outdoor people, but when it comes to indoor, we love basketball, and we have a long-term plan. So further discussion will be had. I will try to entice the headquarters to come on the Gold Coast. There you go. I'm not meant to say that, but here we go. So, don't forget, I'll see you there on the 16th, and we'll watch all the teams. Thank you.
Well, it's great to be here with David, with Tom, and with Aaron, Sean, and Jason, celebrating the NBL Blitz coming to the Gold Coast. 16th to the 22nd of September, right as David says, right in the middle of Queensland school holidays and Victorian school holidays. What a great way to attract people to enjoy all that the Gold Coast has to offer and add in the best basketball as well. The NBL is on a fantastic trajectory. It's been doing great things as a league, and the NBL Blitz is another example of the way in which the sport's promoting itself. The 10 teams can come together and show their best in the lead into the regular season. And we can also see that great mix of well-credentialed veterans, I'll say, like those behind us, but also that young talent that's coming through. As a Queensland basketball fan, I'm pleased to see that we've got great young talent like Taran Armstrong coming through, playing for the Taipans. Also, Rocco Zagorski from my local association in the Northside Wizards, taking that step up to be part of the Bullets. And isn't that exciting for all of South East Queensland to see our young products taking that step up in that pathway through to the elite level? And we know that those players have got great things ahead of them, but the NBL is a wonderful platform for them to learn, to develop their game, and for, as Dave says, for great basketball fans here in Australia to get up close and personal with our best players and see some absolutely fantastic events. Having that at the convention centre here on the Gold Coast, in Broadbeach, right in the heart of the way in which our visitor economy can benefit from this great event. It's going to be a great benefit for local visitor economy operators, our hospitality, our accommodation providers. It's going to be a great benefit for all of them, but just as importantly, it's going to demonstrate to, as the Mayor says, the legions of young basketball fans and participants, show to them what opportunities there are for them to continue with the game and enjoy what is a fantastic sport. So thanks very much for the partnership between Major Events Gold Coast, the Queensland Government and the NBL to bring NBL Blitz here to the Gold Coast.
Yeah, can I have a question for Dave, please?
Yeah.
Dave, is this testing the waters to potentially start an NBL team here in the Gold Coast?
Yeah, absolutely. We wouldn't be bringing the Hungry Jacks NBL Blitz to the Gold Coast unless we thought there was a reasonable possibility of expanding a team here. We always talk about three key elements that we need for an expansion team. One is strong fan support, secondly is strong commercial interest, and third is great partnership with government, particularly from an infrastructure and venues perspective. I think what we're going to see come the 16th to the 22nd of September is what is that level of fan support? What is that level of corporate support? From all the interest that we've seen so far, the participation numbers that Tom talked to, we're very confident that in the future there could be a Gold Coast NBL expansion team here, and we look forward to seeing those conversations progress.
So as a fan base, the last tick, given we've got the legacy items of the Com Games here from 2018 in regards to facilities and everything else, is this the last box to tick in terms of how much fans come and watch?
Yeah, I think we need all three of those pillars to be worked on, frankly. We'll get a good sense of that'll come with the Blitz, certainly from a fan point of view. We're always making sure that our fans have a great experience at games, so therefore the venue is absolutely critical. We want to look and see what are those opportunities, and we know the Gold Coast Council are working a lot on their master plan and what those venues look like. And certainly in the commercial support that we've enjoyed so far, we've got a lot of confidence of what that future may look like.
Do you think it's a matter of when, not if? now?
No, I think that might be a bit premature. We certainly are not locked in as yet. We've got lots of great interest from around the country about expansion teams. So I think all the signs are positive. The conversations are encouraging, and we'll look forward to seeing how can we make the NBL Blitz an incredible launch pad for what that future may look like.
Are there any questions for any of the players? If not, one for Aaron. I'm a big fan. Aaron, what do you think about playing in the Gold Coast for the Blitz?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, it's a great venue, like we've touched on already, and you know, it's a great one to be in the school holidays. You know, I've got a young family, so them being able to come down and be around for all the games, and you know, what better way to get some recovery than throw them in the water after.
And as someone who's played a lot of games in the NBL, how do you see the NBL coming up now? Do you think a lot of skills developing there in good stead?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of great players in the NBL, and you know, it's shown in just the NBA draft numbers over the last few years, and you know, it's been something Larry's had a focus on, and just pushing the development, and it's now internationally recognised as a pathway to the NBA, which, you know, it's the highest level of basketball, and you know, people get to come to a local game and see that as well, and then they get to watch these guys go on to bigger and better things. But at the same time, the NBL is just taking those steps every single year as well, and yeah, the competition level is up there with some of the best leagues in the world.
Sorry, Aaron.
Just a quick one for you. I guess you've seen the talent at the NBA and then also NBL. Do you think the depth of talent here in Australia is enough now to host another team like the Gold Coast?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's one of those things that the better the local competition is, the better the country does in international competition as well. You know, that's something that's pretty close to my heart, and we've seen it throughout the rest of the world. The countries that have the best domestic leagues always compete better as well on the international stage, and that's something that we've been pushing internationally, and you see that development from the sheer numbers of junior participation and the number of guys that are making that leap to the highest level as well. So, you know, it's a great thing for Australian basketball.
Yeah, we've seen the derbies, what it does for the codes in NRL and AFL in regards to Brisbane and Gold Coast. Do you think something similar could happen between the Bullets and the Gold Coast team?
Yeah, it would be a great thing. You know, right now we've got the Queensland rivalry with the Taipans, but you know, it would be better to just be able to drive down and play against someone, you know, whether on their home turf or on ours, and you know, it makes it that bit more fun, that bit more entertaining, and there's nothing like a good rivalry in sports.
And then any questions for me?
Yeah, maybe the minister.
Sure.
In terms of the tourism dollars, how much is this injecting into local economy?
Well, we see that this is going to be a great benefit. We see around the figures of 30,000 visitors to the coast that wouldn't have otherwise have come. And that has certainly has an impact on the local economy. But we primarily are supporting this out of its support for that activation of sport here on the coast, and how that can deliver great benefits to the community and raise those aspirations. We see this as part of our green and gold runway through the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games, raising that profile of high-level sport and connecting it to aspiration for the growth of participation right across the state.
Minister, would the state government be interested in supporting a Gold Coast bid for an NBL franchise?
Oh, look, we think we've provided some pretty good support for the Bullets and the Taipans. We're a great supporter of the NBL, as this support for the NBL Blitz demonstrates. Obviously, if there's a case to be made, that's an issue that we consider at the time. But we know that the sport is certainly growing across the country, and we're so pleased that we've been able to see great success of things like the NBL 1. It was at the awards night just during the week. We've got the final starting this coming weekend. Great to see the women and men's teams in the NBL 1 right across the state performing really well, and we know that all contributes to the consideration of what the support base for an NBL 1 team might be.